First thoughts on Emily.
I never would have thought Tyler would have been the first one to get married. This is just awesome. The first time I met Emily, I knew I loved her because we gave each other the same gift.
Yes, we did.
And
we
I'm like,
actually
Tyler, you're dating me. You to date Emily, and I'm so thrilled. Love you.
I love it. I love you.
The fact that you willingly want the last name Quitzel just really
Oh my
shocks
God.
me.
Meeting Tyler, he bonded over Macklemore. And
Macklemore.
Bailey's,
Mom, Macklemore's a singer.
Brand of noodles.
and then Bailey ran into the wall.
Oh, so it's the volleyball at Ames. Yes, yeah.
With you guys together like since college, and I don't know,
That's
like
true.
I can't imagine like a time without you guys. Like I just like in the apartment, like him coming over, us going over there. It was just like always intermingled.
Sad?
Yes.
No.
Well, first off, you're not my sister-in-law. You are my sister.
Oh my
You've
God.
always been my sister. I might cry. Don't look at me.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh, I love you, and I couldn't imagine not having you.
Oh my
I
God.
would say to him, if you fuck this
I
up,
know.
he will kill you.
I know.
I do remember hearing that
no,
quite a bit.
seriously. Like, I think we love you more than we love him.
Well,
You really do make him a better person.
You
my
do.
God.
You
He
do.
makes me a better one.
No, but I'm very blessed to have you as a sister, and I love you.
I thought this was gonna be sweet, and now I'm like a freaking mess here.
Good thing the makeup wasn't done, guys.
I know that hit me right in the heart. You came out strong.
To say. Yeah, Jenna, weren't you like Miss Iowa something?
Miss Iowa basketball.
I just like always knew you guys as a couple. Like when I came in, you guys were together, and I just like always knew that you guys were going to be together. You guys came together, and I don't know.
It was always very
You
hard.
guys like weirdly balance each other out.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. There's enough complementary things that we have that we can share and like be in sync on, but there is that balance.
No, there really is.
I want to hear about you. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we know your first story of like you and Tyler, but
How we
like
met.
when do you have a moment where like you knew he was the absolute one?
Hard to say. Like I feel like, and this is so cliche, but oh no, I haven't even said it yet. But like from that moment that like we first saw each other, where it's like I opened the door and it was him.
Wait.
We're gonna be here for an hour. No, around Halloween time, and our Halloween costumes. So we went to Andrew's house to pee, and then somebody like knocked on the back kitchen door, and I opened it, and it was Tyler and Zach. But I didn't know this at that time.
Zach Dorman?
And I was like, hi, can I help you? Because I didn't know who these people were. And Tyler was like, yeah, I live here. And I was like, I don't know, like, I don't really know the people that live here because I had just met Andrew. So like, I don't want to let anybody in. Like, let me just ask them before like, trust me, I live with Andrew, blah, 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 all these people. It's like, okay, I guess it's legit. So he came into the kitchen, we were all talking, and he told me that he's from Tipton. And I was like, that's a lie, like, you're joking. And he was like, why would I be lying about that? I was like, that's from like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, like, you're not telling the truth. So then I admitted I was like a Disney nerd. It was very flirtatious from the beginning, and Bailey was like a boxer for Halloween that year, and so I had taken one of her boxing gloves and put it on like my left hand, and I was like, no, I'm gonna hit you, whatever, trying to be cute, but I'm not really good at doing that. And so I like pretended to hit him, and I was just gonna miss his face, but I like swung with my ungloved hand, and I like knocked him right in the cheek because I was pretty drunk. So my depth perception was off, and I just nailed him right there, and we both froze, and we were like, oh shit, I gotta just ruin this. And so he laughed, and I laughed, and whatnot, and we kept talking, and then we were ready to leave, and I was like, Bailey, like, who's this Tyler kid? Like, can you give me his number? And he did the same thing to her, and she was like, no, like, this one's not for you.
I remember that story. He came home and he goes, Mom, she's so cute. And he goes, she went as a Powerpuff Girl. She went as my favorite one.
Oh! He was little, he always watched the Powerpuff Girls, and we would tease him about it. And then she went as a Powerpuff Girl, and I'm like, oh my
And he
god.
had never mentioned
He
that.
said she went as my favorite one. And he goes, she went as, what was the pink one?
Yeah, I was
he said he went as Blossom. And
Oh,
that's when
he
we
knows the
knew.
name.
That's when we were like, okay. 'Cause
So moment.
And stood in line for 2 hours to see Cinderella because that was your favorite Disney.
Yeah.
I got a picture with
Just
her.
to get a picture of him proposing to Cinderella.
Which I was like, come on, now I have to kill her.
and then he
well, guess what, Cinderella?
and then
I have a ring outside.
And he left him because we were like, we're not waiting.
And then, because he took the camera too, and then he specifically bought that little glass slipper.
I still have
remember,
that.
I was gonna say, I was a sophomore in college, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna go wait," and like chose to wait in line. Like none of us went with him. He chose to do it himself.
By himself.
He's a sweetheart.
He
And
can have
it
sweetheart.
literally
He
was
can.
from that moment that I met that I knew, because even though Bailey was like, no, you're supposed to like meet this other guy, I just literally knew from that second, like he was gonna have some kind of impact on my life. Like I didn't know what he was going to be, but I just knew that it was gonna be like an intense one. And I would talk to him about my mom, and my mom would be like, I thought you were supposed to be like talking to your kid. Like what the heck? Like who's this Tyler? Why aren't you with this Tyler guy? I was like, you know, that's a good question. And so she always says like it was literally from the beginning. It was always him.
He has become like way more of like an open.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
was always a sweetie, but like he was like a closet sweetie.
He is
Now,
a
like,
very
now,
closet
now
sweetie.
he's, like,
He says to this day, you were like there. One to be around Tyler and Emily.
It was Zach.
Oh,
Me and Zach.
good
Me and
old
Zach.
Zachary.
It was Halloween, and we walked into my house and she wouldn't let me in because she didn't think it was my house.
Are you recording?
Yes.
So
Just talk about that, Tyler.
she thought we were trying to break in. I said, "This is my house." She goes, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Tipton, Iowa," for some dumbass reason. She goes, "Tipton's not a real place. That's a hotel in the Sweet Life in Zach and Cody." Is that what she said? Yeah.
Memory of them together?
Yes.
Tyler lied to me and told me he could dunk so he could join our basketball team.
Fair.
And then he missed about 85% of his layups.
Also fact.
Yeah. Jenna also lied and
everyone
said she
joined
was
the
Miss
team
Iowa.
She was.
We were at our apartment and Emily was like, "Oh, can this guy come over?" We're like,
OMG,
"Sure, whatever."
stop.
He comes over and just starts immediately talking
Newlywed.
himself up.
That's how you first met Tyler?
First met Tyler, he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm
And then
great
I
at
brought-
basketball,
and then
probably the best player here."
So you knew Emily before Tyler?
Who would have thunk it would have led here?
I knew Emily for probably 2 years.
Go to Zach. Zach was there first.
Did you meet her at college?
Yeah.
Can I just take a moment? Raise your hand if you came to one of our family events as Tyler's date. Bowden came to Easter. Corey, oh yeah, Corey, we like had Christmas together for 500.
I know. I literally like.
Tyler was a douche when you first met him.
I think Tyler's a douche now.
Yeah, it's never
Why
stopped.
did you?
Did I?
Oh,
It's never
Why
stopped.
would you?
Yeah.
Why-
We're here for Emily, really.
Of Emily told me to
A freaking course.
Tyler,
Get me in there.
when was it
Okay.
That you knew Emily was the one.
Yes.
Oh.
Tell us when you realized.
I know 100% when it was. It was my junior year of college.
Yesterday.
It'll be in a couple hours. I
What just happened?
had a 12-page paper I had to write, single space, which is absurd. Emily like wanted to hang out, and I was like, I have to write this paper. Like it's miserable. I'm like struggling because I don't know how to read it, and like everything was going on.
That's the worst, isn't it?
And that's like all I said to her, and she didn't talk to me for probably an hour, and all of a sudden my doorbell rings, and I go open my doorbell, and she's there with a Poncheros burrito and chips and queso waiting for me. She goes, "It sounds like you've been having a rough night. Like this is for you." And she helped me. She helped me finish my paper, and then I ate a burrito like the entire time. It was
We're going to Zach now.
Zachary.
I think I told him from the beginning that he needed to marry Emily.
Aww.
You did actually. You were the earliest person to tell me that.
like
Literally,
I
like
We got
after the
that on
second.
camera.
I hope you did.
I feel like I was pretty early on
so
that
why
too.
should I not?
You were. You're just. I remember,
I'm Zach.
I just remember Hank was like early tournament when I brought her, and you were like, you should put a baby into her and marry her right now.
Yeah, I probably did.
Because Hank saw another baby and
Yeah.
was like, you guys should make a cuter baby.
Whose baby was it?
So, I met Emily in Panama City, and
Can't wait.
we're good friends. Informally met Tyler at Brothers, once at Brothers in our city. So after that, or I formally met you in Des Moines. I'm like, well, shit, why aren't we friends? And then so we started working together. We went to a lot of fiesta together.
Literally, me and Dan every Thursday night, like we'd get done and we'd pull up to each other's car, and I'd be like, $2.99s, $2.99s. We'd go and we'd have Mexican dinner together every Thursday.
So-
Every Thursday.
Was Al and Emily already friends?
Yes. My wedding
I
was
love he says this
maybe
all
a
the time.
month before.
After.
Yeah, you would have been my wedding.
Tyler lied his way onto our basketball team, right? Emily actually got hurt. She like tore her ACL or something.
Who sucked?
Tyler also.
All right, Emily tore her ACL one game, and then Tyler like broke his ankle, and we had to drive his Cougar home. Was it a Cougar?
Why do I not remember him? You broke your ankle?
I didn't break my ankle.
What?
The cougar. What cougar? His car?
Yeah,
What was
Cougar.
your car?
No.
Cavalier.
Sorry, I made the car seem too cool. Him and
I was
Emily.
passed out under my
Perfect
sister's
match.
bed.
No, I love them both. Congratulations. Congratulations to both of you.
Celebrate the union of Tyler and Emily. In the years they've been together, their love has grown for each other, turning them into the couple you see before you today. Now they are ready to spend the rest of their lives together as husband and wife. A true marriage begins well before the wedding day, and the efforts of marriage continue well beyond the ceremony. But it takes a lifetime of love, commitment, and compromise to make the marriage durable and everlasting. Today, you to declare your commitment to each other before your family and friends. Now, Tyler, I've known you since we were in diapers. And Emily, not quite as long, but having met you in 2012, a brief glimpse into time. Fast forward 2 years, at that point you guys were in the infant stages of a relationship, but I would have never known that. You two, from the moment I interacted with Tyler and Emily, the couple, I could tell it was Tyler and Emily for forever. Tyler, can you repeat after me? Do you take Emily to be your wife and to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish from this day forward forever and always? And to Emily, do you take Tyler to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, and to love and to cherish from this day forward forever and always?
I do.
All right, at this time, the couple has written some vows for each other. Emily?
I've dreamt about this moment many nights and can't believe we are able to make it a reality now. Oh, fuck. It has been a wild ride to get here with all of the unexpected curveballs, uncertainty, and hardships that life has thrown us. However, no matter how insane or difficult things got, I was always able to hold on to one thing for certain. You. You have been my constant. You have led me back to what is important. And you have done everything in your power to make me feel at peace. Whether it was hard news that our family received, or navigating this horrible pandemic, you always went above and beyond to make me smile. That includes all that you did for today, like hand building this art. You know just how to make my heart flutter, your charismatic charm and good looks.
I appreciate that.
That's what caught me. But it's your selfless heart that kept me. Love is an unexplained energy that you feel. That intensity of love is something you make me feel every day. You have seen me in my rawest forms and yet make me feel so valued and heard. I promise I will do everything I can to make you feel just as intensely loved and just as valued and heard every day. Life won't slow down, and I can't promise to fix all our problems, but I can promise that you will never have to face them alone. I am here through it all. You have my whole heart, Tyler J. Quitzel, forever and always.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Emily, I have literally not prepared any vows whatsoever because that is how this relationship has gone. Unprepared, and just full of love and all the way through the end. The day I walked in my house, my own house, and you were standing in my kitchen and you punched me right in the face, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. That day on, all I wanted to do was make you happy and make you proud to be part of what we are together. I told you on the bridge that day when I proposed that I didn't want to live with you in this house as a girlfriend and boyfriend anymore. I wanted to live as a husband and wife. So I hope that from this day forward, we can continue on to be fucking awesome and a power couple that we are. The power couple that we are. From now and this day forward, I want nothing more than your undivided love, and I will give you my undivided love.
Alright, let's get some rings on. Alright. Tyler, please take the ring you have selected for Emily. As you place it on her finger, repeat after me. Emily, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Emily, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I ask you to wear it as a sign to the world that you are my wife. I ask you to wear it as a sign to the world that you are my wife.
I ask you to wear it as a sign to the world that you are my wife.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Emily, please take the ring you have selected for Tyler as you place it on his finger. Repeat after me. Tyler, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Tyler, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I ask you to wear it as a sign to the world that you are my husband.
I ask you to wear it as a sign to the world that you are my husband.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Iowa, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Tyler, you may kiss your bride. Family, it is my pleasure to present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Quitzel.
Roll the music!
We didn't go over that, so we'll just walk out.
Tell the guys.
Whatever you want on this one.
Whatever. We a lot more pressure.
Right.